there. Thank you so much for joining me today for another colouring. I decided today I'm going to be just chatting about things. I wanted to chat to you today about mindset, but before I start, I'm going to tell you that this picture is from a book called A Whimsical Christmas. I posted the image once it's completed on my Instagram. And the book is A Whimsical Christmas by Prettily Printed ZA. It's a book that I got at the end of last year and never coloured in. And then after choosing what all I was going to colour for June and all the various hashtags and things, I was looking for something that had the sea and that had a fruit or a vegetable, so it had a pineapple in it, this image, and it's also got sunglasses, and so I thought that this would fit some of the hashtags quite nicely, as well as being yet another one of my books that I had not coloured in at all as yet, so I thought it was a good image to choose for this. So I've started the top here with using Derwent. They are the Derwent pastel pencils I've watched on Color Creatively, lovely Sandy's channel. I've watched her. She's got a series on using either pastels as underpaintings or under other pencils and various other things. And so I decided to try that technique here. I wasn't thinking when I started it, and I did the whole of this top edge of sky, and so it made quite a lot of mess, and I ended up having to erase, and so then the next lot I did in smaller sections, and then I went over all of it again with pencil, but didn't need quite as many layers. This is an Amazon printed book, so the pages are fairly thin, and each page has this design of Christmas gifts on the back, so it's sort of black paper. But other than that, I'm not really going to talk too much about what I'm doing in the colouring. I'm going to speed the colouring up a bit because it took me about 5 hours, I think, to colour the entire image, and I'm pretty sure you don't feel like watching me colour for 5 hours. So I'm then going to chat about mindset, which is what I wanted to talk about. But before I do that, I do want to remind you, if you're new to my channel, if you enjoy what you're seeing, I really would appreciate it if you subscribed and if you click that like button, because that makes a big difference to the whole YouTube algorithm and whether they suggest my channel to other colouring pages. I so appreciate everyone that's already subscribed and that's already supporting me. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. I really just enjoy it so much. I hope that you enjoy the video as well. I decided that little half moon, half circle thing is the sun at the top. I don't know whether it is or isn't, but I decided to make it a sun. So I'm now going to speed the video up a bit and then have my kind of serious chat that I decided to have again. Some of my subscribers have emailed me and said that they've enjoyed some of the serious things I talk about and they'd like it if I did more. I would really love your opinions and your comments. So as I mentioned, I was thinking about mindset, about positive and negative, and how that can change how we act or experience our days. So if that's something you're interested in, I hope that you'll click the like button. There are really two kinds of mindsets. There's a fixed or a growth mindset. In the one, changing your mind can be seen as a negative thing. However, that isn't really the case, as changing your mind doesn't always mean that you can't make up your mind, that you're indecisive, that you lack integrity, that perhaps you're flighty, or maybe even unintelligent. No, changing your mind, or more precisely, changing your mindset, actually means the opposite. It means that you have integrity and want or are trying to be a better person. It also means that you're smart enough to know that you need to change the way you think sometimes in order to create a new life for yourself, for your family, colleagues, and friends. It's important to sometimes spend a little time digging deep. Think about whether you have trouble with the way you think about yourself and the world around you. Are there beliefs that you have about yourself that actually limit you? It can be interesting to see what the difference between a fixed and a static mindset are. In my opinion, or what I think, is that in a static mindset, your mind doesn't really believe that anything can ever change. However, in truth, you know that's not really true. If nothing ever changed, you would still be living at home with your parents, or you may still be an infant. Things really, really do change. Look at one's figure, for instance. Therefore, you can also change your mindset. Some things that can help doing this are choosing to visit, speak, or listen to people who have a better mindset than you, or in other words, choose good company. I always find that's a very, very important thing. Look for friends who work towards goals and who enjoy working on bettering themselves. Another thing you can do is to start each day with motivational content, because my belief system and what I choose to believe is that I'm a Christian. I choose to start my morning with quiet time. That includes sometimes reading the Bible, sometimes singing some hymns along with YouTube, and spending some time in prayer. Your own motivational content or spiritual content can be anything that works for you, whether it's books, audiobooks, podcasts, or even perhaps writing in a journal, meditation, anything that works for you personally. And how about this? You don't actually even have to choose just one of these things. You can do several. I also find that my coloring and art are motivational and spiritual for me as well. I find that being mindful helps clear my mind and then helps me find a better mindset towards things that may be bothering me. Please let me know in the comments what kind of things you find motivational and that help you in getting a better mindset. I honestly and truly really love reading your comments. They mean so much to me. It really lifts me up when I see comments and when I read things about you. Okay, so now let's look at things about our mindset and let's ask ourselves some questions. If you feel like doing this really seriously, be very honest with your answers to yourself. You could even journal a bit about it if this is something that you enjoy doing. I'd really love to know. I've often actually thought about creating a journal, perhaps with some prompts that could be good to write in. So I'd like to know if this would be something that interests you. I've thought of either doing it for my Etsy shop or creating it as a book on Amazon. But any book or notebook or journal that you already have is great. So here's some questions you could write down to ask yourself. Are things you see as challenges an excuse to quit? That question's something we can really ask ourselves in our colouring, can't we, and in our art. I mean, for me personally, I don't actually enjoy colouring things with loads of detail. So I need to ask myself if I should challenge myself into doing a difficult piece and seeing how I feel about it as I'm doing it, so that if I still don't actually enjoy it, then I know that it's personal taste and something that I don't enjoy, but not actually something that I can't do. So that would be a mindset change right there. So another thing is, do roadblocks that arise lead us to a pity party for ourselves? We all enjoy a bit of a pity party now and then, don't we? Do you procrastinate because you're a perfectionist? I don't think that trying to do your best or to do one's best is a problem, but if the fact that you want it to be perfect stops you doing it altogether, then perhaps it's time to have a rethink and a look at your mindset about it. Another thing is, are you jealous of the success of others? I must say, again, going here into the art and coloring and social media thing, this really is a problem for many of us. I'm often on Facebook and see people comment about how they get so demotivated because everything looks so good. This used to be a problem for me personally as well, but it actually doesn't bother me at all anymore. I've learned, I think I've actually managed through advice and reading what others have said to change my mindset there. And I've learned to rejoice in the success of others. And it feels so much better being really happy for them. I find looking at Instagram or Facebook and looking at some of the incredible art and coloring that people do really inspires me and gives me ideas, and it doesn't make me feel bad about myself. So I'd like to, if this is something that bothers you, I'd like to challenge you to try thinking, wow, you're so clever, you've done that. I'm going to be encouraged and I'm going to try and do it as well, or I'm going to simply enjoy where I'm at and where I enjoy coloring. Let me know again in the comments, are you fearful of challenges? Do you get upset when you see other people's things? Let me know, and let me know if there's any way in coloring in which I personally can help you on this channel by perhaps breaking something down for you that I do that you would like to be able to do. I'm more than happy to share. It's the entire purpose of the channel. So when you take a good hard look at the questions and other questions that may arise, I'm also interested in hearing about questions you ask yourself. You actually open yourself up to explore new possibilities. Once you put in the work, time, and effort to really try, don't expect an overnight transformation. Whoops, voila, there it's all happening. But keep track of things and see how you're progressing. I know when I was a child and I started singing, I had this huge desire to be able to, I wasn't a child, I was in my 20s, but to me that's a child. But I had this huge ambition to be able to sing a top C in my singing. I thought, I can't be a singer until I sing a top C. I used to pray about it. I used to think about it. I used to go on and on and on. And then I sort of forgot about it and got involved in working and practicing and starting to really love and enjoy practicing. Next thing I knew, I realized I was singing top C's and D's, and my wish and my dream had come through in the work. So there's something to think about. But it's interesting if you have journaled about things to keep track and see if things are changing at all. As always, though, I really feel this is imperative to be kind to yourself. Treat yourself as if you're a child that you love very, very much, and give yourself the same benefits of love and acceptance that you would give to any other being that you loved. Please let me know whether you enjoy me speaking about serious issues like this. I really would love to know, or if you prefer me to simply chat about general things. I do enjoy sometimes sharing my personal views, but I do want to also specify that I'm not an expert in mental health or anything of that nature. I simply am sharing my views and some of my own life experience. I've often thought about starting a blog and sharing some of these kinds of thoughts with people, but then I look at blogging and it seems very oversaturated, so I made the decision to simply speak about these things on my channel, because you guys are part of the community and you all mean such a lot to me. So now this picture is taking quite a long time, but I thought it would be nice to get the whole image in the one video. So I'm going to be adding some beautiful music from Epidemic Sound, and then I'll join you again at the end of the video. I do hope you enjoy it, and please remember to let me know. So we're coming to the end of our video, and in case you've been wondering, the pencils that I've been using are Colleen color pencils, and I really enjoy using them. They were the first color pencils that I bought for myself. I used to buy them for my children when they were at school as well, that I felt like I got a good result from. They're very soft pencil, but they're not named or numbered at all. So if you want to, you could name a number or just number them yourself if you ever got hold of them. I will actually link Colleen pencils for you and this book in the description of the video if you would like me to. I decided to go over the line of the cloud with this. It's a white art marker. I didn't have a white gel pen with me, and I didn't feel like getting up to fetch one. And having finished the whole picture and looking at it again, I think that I should actually fill in the whole cloud with this, because otherwise it doesn't work. But all that being said, I'd like to thank you all for watching this with me, and perhaps our secret word for this video can be white art pen, to show me that you've watched till the end. And thanks very much for watching me. Thank you for clicking like, thank you for subscribing, and I hope that you've enjoyed the video and that you have a wonderful, happy, colorful day and week. Bye-bye now.